All right. Trump is accepting some sort of face mask award. And now stepping up to the podium, I have the audio off because they're playing the God Bless the USA song, and I get tagged on YouTube for copyright violation. Here he is.
Honored to be with you, and we traveled with Darius. He's a great chief executive. He's a great businessman.
Chief executive of Honeywell.
Job with your company. But I'm thrilled to be here in the fantastic state of Arizona. I love Arizona. With the incredible...
I've heard it's great.
Had some good moments here, especially on election day. It was a good moment, right? But they're incredible, patriotic, and hardworking men and women of Honeywell.
He never
Moments
mentions
ago,
that.
we saw the brand new production lines where you're making high-quality N95 respirators, and they are made to perfection. There's no bad masks like various countries have been sent some very bad masks from other places. There's nothing like that at Honeywell. Respirators are there to protect our heroic doctors and nurses as they fight the unseen enemy. More than 150 Honeywell employees are working around the clock, 3 shifts a day, 6 days a week. You are the greatest industrial, and think of this, what you've done. You're part of this incredible industrial mobilization, the biggest since World War II. Hard to believe for an invisible enemy. But it's a vicious enemy, smart
Not
enemy.
hard to believe at all.
Like generations of patriots before you, the workers of this factory are pouring their heart and their soul and their blood into defending our nation and keeping our people healthy and safe. You make America proud. You really do, and I want to thank you very much. That's why I'm here. I want to thank
he's
also
doing the rally now. You're
entire
absolutely right,
leadership
Stephanie.
team at Honeywell, including Darius, who's, again, fantastic man, Ann Madden, Mike Matson, John Waldron,
moment.
Jim Carroll.
My headline's wrong.
Brian
My
Ruddick,
God.
William Lang, Tony Stallings, and Romina Cannonshaw. In normal times, it would take 9 months to stand up one facility like this. But Honeywell has built this in less than 5 weeks, creating 500 new jobs in Arizona and another 500 jobs in Rhode Island. Together, these new factories will soon produce more than 20 million N95 respirators every single month, a truly miraculous achievement. We're grateful to be joined by Secretary of Labor Gene Scalia and Governor Doug Ducey. What a fantastic governor he is. Where is Doug? Where is Doug? Thank you, Doug. Doing a fantastic job. And he already won his election by like 17 points, so I don't have to praise him too much. But I will say that he has been a fantastic governor. That's, you people recognize it. That's why
That's
he had
plenty
what
of
they
praise.
say is a walk. It's very good. We're proud of you, Doug. And anything we can do, you're going to call me. We don't have to worry about that. He calls me plenty. He calls me plenty because he's doing his job. But I want to thank you both, and Gene, the job you're doing is fantastic. Thank you both very much. We appreciate it. Thank you, Gene. And I also want to express my appreciation to Senator Martha McSally. Fantastic person. Fantastic person. She's fighting to uncover the full truth about the China situation and how the World Health Organization handled the outbreak and what happened. There must be transparency and accountability. Martha's also somebody that is bringing tremendous amounts of dollars back to her
if anyone's
state.
watching on Facebook, shoot a message into the chat. I'm trying to make sure it's working.
I know the governor appreciates it very much, Martha, and I appreciate it very much, too. You're doing a fantastic job, and good luck. Good luck. Thank you as well to Betty and Jorge Rivas
there's
at
AJ.
Sammy's Mexican Grill in Catalina. Where are they? They're around here someplace.
So Facebook is online there too, guys. So if you want to chat from Facebook,
come on up here.
You can chat. Now, people can't chat back because Facebook is not really a chat. But anyway.
Say a couple of words.
They're going to have somebody come up and say a couple of words.
These people, you know, I saw them on television.
He saw something on television that's so unlike Trump.
I saw them on television. They were being devastated by what happened. And I put out a simple tweet saying what wonderful people they are, and they became very rich. They had lines that went around the block. Say a few words, please. Come on. There's a mic right over here.
Very rich.
I can't believe I have to socially distance myself from these two people. They're probably the ones that want it from me. Please say a
Pandemic.
few words.
Mr. President, we thank you very much.
They got another
I think
mic.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
I think we represent a lot of the Latino community that is very proud of the job that you're doing. And I think most of us, all of us, all the Latinos are going to vote for you because we think you're doing, like I said, a very good job. And I thank you for all the support that you're giving us. And my wife and I are very happy. And what else can I say? Thank you.
That's working
I
well
really
when you just wear the
appreciate it.
mask under your
That's
chin.
beautiful. Go ahead.
That's,
Oh,
she's got a Keep America Great denim jacket.
Go ahead, please. You can pull that down.
Muchas gracias, señor presidente. Estoy muy contenta y feliz. Y de
Oh,
parte
she's
de
gone.
muchos latinos
Trump's
que
getting her out of here
nosotros
tonight.
conocemos,
She's thrown her over the wall.
Sé que
That's not English.
Su voto va a ir por usted. Latinos love Trump.
Ah, that's
Yes.
Oh, that's English enough, so she's good.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll see you. That's fantastic. So today,
I like how they built a
took care
wall
of
behind him of
150 healthcare
Honeywell
workers.
masks.
at Devon Gable's assisted living facility in Tucson, and they've been helping a lot of the people here get some good food, and they're sending Donald Trump the bill. I can't write it off to the government because they wouldn't like that, but we're paying for it, so make sure you get me that bill. But we have, they are just two terrific people. Again, I saw them
Oh,
on
they're not going to
television,
get paid.
and they were having a rough time, and now they're doing great. Everybody knows who they are, and they have lines of people wanting to get in.
Maybe,
Food is
Stephanie.
supposed to be fantastic. To defeat the virus, we are harnessing the unrivaled power of American industry. We're using the Defense Production Act to manufacture over 100,000 additional ventilators on top of our fast-growing national supply. We've mobilized our country. Ventilators are very hard to make, very complex, big, very expensive. And we are now at a point where everybody in this country that's needed a ventilator, right, Doug, has gotten it, especially
Unless they
here in
didn't go to the
Arizona,
hospital
everywhere.
because they were scared or
And
they were
Doug's
turned
had
away
some
because they
extra
didn't
ones,
have
and he
bad
sent
enough
them to
symptoms.
other places where they needed some help, but we have gotten ventilators to everybody, and now we're actually helping other nations, and we're using them for stockpiles.
Yeah, you don't build
in case
100,000
this,
ventilators
horror
unless you
show
think
ever
something
happens
bad
again.
is going to happen.
But not a single American who's needed it. I mean, I'm so proud of that. Because when we started with, I use the expression, the cupboards were bare. That means ventilators, and it means a lot of other things.
No, it doesn't.
So
The
we're
cupboards
doing
were not bare. We
something
had 13,000
very
ventilators,
dramatic,
which is
and,
more than we
there's never
needed.
been, there hasn't been
We
anything
were
like
good. The
what
stockpile
we've done
was
since
enough.
There's a mobilization since World War II.
I can't pause this.
We've
It's live.
dramatically
But
accelerated development of new therapies and potential vaccines. Johnson & Johnson, Oxford, great places, and we have 90 clinical trials underway and hundreds
Johnson
more
& Johnson
on
is
the
not
way.
such a great place.
And something's going to happen. Tremendous progress is being made. I don't
Something
want to talk
is
about
going
it
to
until
happen.
it's
He's
there.
absolutely
We don't want
right.
to talk too
Fact
soon,
check.
but I will say, Doug, they really are. They're really, Darius, they're really making progress. You know some of the companies. They're great companies. You know the Johnson & Johnson folks have been really fantastic. They want to get to it fast. So we'll see how it all comes out, and we'll all know very soon, and I think it's going to be a very positive event. Through FEMA, HHS, and our private sector partners, we're equipping our frontline medical workers with more than 70 million N95 respirators, 112 million surgical masks, 7 million face shields, 18 million gowns, and nearly 1 billion gloves.
And the hospitals in
Today, we
Texas still
hear
don't have what they
from
need.
A few of Honeywell's extraordinary workers who are leading the charge to equip our healthcare heroes and marshal our manufacturing might. That's what it is. It's a manufacturing might that we haven't seen for a long time. Bruno Aguinaga worked at another company for 22 years, but he
Aganawa,
jumped
just,
at the chance
I mean, if you
to
had
support
bothered to read it
America
before you said it.
and America's war against the virus right here at Honeywell. He's wanted to work at Honeywell always, and he had his chance. Now he is a first-shift team leader. Bruno, please come up and say a few words. Bruno?
Please come up and praise me. It's been almost 2 minutes since someone did. Pausing. Wait, he changed ties. He was wearing that awful... Did he see my coverage?
Thank you, Mr. President, from the Aguinaga family.
I guess they're going up there, and since they're more than 6 feet
folks,
from people,
so I'm here today
they're pulling the
to
mask
just kind
down.
of let you know a little bit of my background and the company that I left to support the
Oh, good. This will
N95
take a while.
and the fight against COVID-19 with Honeywell. I was employed with Boeing for 22 years out in California, relocated out here in Arizona.
Where are you,
got a
Bauer?
chance to work with the folks out in Boeing Mesa on the Apache helicopter as well. It's when I resigned with the Boeing company after so many
I think
years.
you did, Linda.
To be a
I think
part
you
of the
heard me
Honeywell
complaining about the
team.
tie earlier. Let's take a
Here
look
the
at it.
Honeywell team, they treat you right. It's a great culture, great people. Mr. President, God bless America, right? Thank you.
Thank you, Bruno. Great job. Thank you, Bruno. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, Bruno. And the next time I'm here, I think we'll shake hands and we'll hug each other with the job he's doing. Okay, Bruno? Thank you very much. Ursula Warner is a proud Air Force veteran who courageously served her nation in Afghanistan and all around the world. Now she is continuing her legacy of service right here in Phoenix. Ursula, please come up and tell us how you chose Honeywell and why did you do that?
There's that tie. Black and pink and maybe purple with navy blue. So it's the same jacket, completely different tie. So I'm guessing there was a female somewhere within his presence at some point that said no.
I am the operations supervisor here at Honeywell for the N95 site. I have spent over 20 years serving our country, United States Air Force.
Bauer, I got to get out to Phoenix and get one of those burgers. Oh, they've got custard.
Of those 20 years, I spent 15
They have cheese
years
curds and
in
custards.
leadership and management positions.
And
Like
the name of the
President
burger
said,
chain,
served
it's a burger chain that
tour in
isn't in LA.
Afghanistan,
It
a
hasn't
couple
reached
tours
LA or
in
Seattle
Iraq.
yet. And
It
they
was
get
highlighted
really
by the
fantastic
United
ratings.
States, Department
They've
of
got a
Army and
delicious
Air
big
Force for that.
cheeseburger.
I just retired
And
this
somebody
past
voted them
March,
better than In-N-Out,
and
which
I
is
actually had a
insane. I
different
know, but I got to
plan.
try them out.
But after my
Marshalls,
retirement ceremony,
Herschel's.
and I saw that the site,
Somebody help me out here.
N95 site was standing
Chain,
up,
I think it's based
and
in
what the purpose
Wisconsin,
of it was
and they're
for
supposed to have the best
the
burgers.
First responders and our medical personnel on the
Marshalls,
front line. I
Winchell's,
decided I wanted to be a
something
part of
else.
that, a part of something bigger, to continue to serve this country
Hold on, I'll find it.
in a different facet. I'd just like to thank the leadership and also Honeywell for the opportunity.
Burger King, that's
to
what it
provide
is. It's called
different
Burger.
jobs and
No,
things like that for the people in Phoenix, and also me specifically, the opportunity to continue to serve my country on a bigger aspect. Thank you.
did you just say bigger ass?
She was retired for about 2 days. Retired. Look
Yeah,
how
we are
young
running
you
out of meat.
Retired. Thank you very much. Great job, Ursula. Eric Parks is a Marine Corps veteran and the operations manager at Honeywell's new facility.
I'll tell you what it
This
is.
is a highly personal mission for Eric. His mother is a nurse. His mother-in-law is a nurse. His brother is a paramedic, and his daughter is about to start her first year of medical school at the University of Arizona. That's one of the great schools. Eric, please come up. Please. Thank you.
All these websites I'm coming across that rank the burgers have the local places. But this is a chain. A really big chain.
Thank you, Eric.
Oh, they rank this site I'm looking at right now, which is Foursquare.
Good afternoon,
Remember
ladies and
Foursquare?
gentlemen. My name is Eric Parks, and like
In-N-Out's
Mr. Trump
number
said, I
9,
am the operations
please.
manager here at this facility. First and foremost, I'd like to thank Mr. Trump
Smash
for giving
Burger
this
shouldn't even
nation
be
the
on the list.
resources, leadership,
Expensive
and
and
guidance that
tasteless.
we've needed to navigate through these unprecedented times.
Just in case
Thank
any
you.
of the casting directors are watching for Smash Burger, I love Smash Burger.
Secondly, and more personally to me, I want to thank Honeywell for giving me the opportunity to serve my country again. It fills me with pride to know that the masks that we are going to be producing off of this facility are going to go to first-line responders to help them combat the war.
I found the name of it.
COVID-19.
It was not
Like Mr.
Herschel's.
Trump said,
It was
this is
not
very
Winchell's.
personal for
It was
me.
not
My mother is
Marshall's.
a nurse.
It's very
My
close.
mother-in-law is a nurse. My brother is a combat veteran and a paramedic in Tucson, and my daughter has decided that she too is going to carry forward the family tradition of serving. The black shirts that the team down here is wearing says, "The future is what you make it." And I am very honored to be a part of the team that is going to make the future safer.
He's doing great.
Not
Trump
only
is
for
bored.
my family, but for many others as well. Thank you. Thank you.
He's like, thank you to the audience. And he looks at Trump. Thank you. Culver's is the name of the burger place. Not Marshall's, not Winchell's. So close.
As you know, this terrible
Culver's.
plague has inflicted grave hardships on our people. We mourn for every life lost. We pray for every victim.
Listen to that compassion in his
And we
voice.
shoulder this burden together as one people, one family,
And we shoulder
and
this
one great
burden
American
together.
nation.
One American.
Thanks to the profound commitment of our citizens, we've flattened the curve, and countless American lives have been saved.
We have
Our
not
country is now
flattened
in
the
the next
curve.
stage of the battle, a very safe, phased, and gradual reopening. It's a reopening of our country. Who would have ever thought we were going to be saying that? A reopening.
Everyone
One day
thought
they
that.
came to us and they said, "Sir, we're gonna
Did
have to close it
anybody
down.
raise
We're
your
the
hand if
greatest
you thought this
economy
is it? We're done.
in history." Darius can tell you about that. Greatest economy we've ever had. Best employment numbers, history of our country. Best stock market in the history of our country. Most number of jobs, almost 160 million jobs. We were never even close to that. And they said, "Sir, we have to close it down." It's a terrible thing.
And
We
I
did what
didn't.
was right.
I said, make the
And now
governors
we're
do it.
reopening our country, and it's going to be something very special. I was saying before that we're going to have a transition period. Third quarter, it's going to transition. Fourth quarter is going to be very good. We think very good. And
Well,
I think
compared to
next
this
year
quarter,
we're gonna have
yes.
one of the strongest years we've had in a long time.
He is
And
the
that's
best
my
of both,
ambition,
Rich.
to get it back to not only where it was, but to beyond where it was. And I
Obama
just
gave
wanna
us
thank
broken
all of
tests.
the people at this
So-
incredible company and this incredible plan.
In Obama's defense, it's really hard to
This
make tests
pandemic
before the disease
has
exists.
underscored the vital importance of reshoring our supply chains and constructing a powerful domestic manufacturing base. I've been talking about that for a long time. Oftentimes you'd see a plant like this in a different country doing the work you could be doing, and you'll do it better.
Are we drinking when he
United
lies?
States
I thought we were
declared its
drinking when
independence nearly
he tells the truth.
250 years ago. But in recent decades, Washington politicians allowed our independence to be offshored, outsourced, and ceded to foreign countries. But we're taking it back.
Because
And we've
that's
been
what
taking
Washington
it back.
should be doing, telling companies
You
how
look
to
at our job
operate.
numbers, you knew that. We were taking it back. When we got up
Can
to
you
almost
imagine?
160
Can you imagine if
million,
Reagan just said to Ford,
something
like,
had
no,
to be
you're
happening.
not
One
building
of the
cars in
things that
Mexico?
happened was we were taking it back.
That's
We
called
know it matters
communism.
where something is made, and we want essential
Well,
medicine,
socialism,
supplies, and equipment to be manufactured, produced, and made right here in the good old USA. My administration believes in two simple rules: buy American and hire American. In the 20th century, Honeywell workers helped make America the world's greatest manufacturing superpower. This is a great company, and it played a very big role. Now, in the 21st century, right here in
Yeah, you're right,
Phoenix,
Green Room.
Arizona, you're reclaiming the noble heritage and writing the next chapter of this incredible American story. And you have a great
Are they getting a
governor
Nobel Prize?
to lead your way, and you have a great senator to lead your way. You have a lot of people that are leading your way. It was the men
He's
and
lost his
women of
faith.
Honeywell
He lost
whose
his place on the
craftsmanship
page.
made it
That's what he does.
possible for Charles Lindbergh
Just
to
whatever
fly
the last
across the
thing was,
Atlantic,
he just riffs on that.
and for Amelia
You
Earhart
got a
to break
senator,
boundaries
you
in
got
the
a
sky.
governor,
It was the men and women of Honeywell who built
you got a
the
lot of people.
periscopes,
That's true.
mortar sites, and autopilot systems that powered American warriors as they battled the forces
American
of
wars.
tyranny and fought to victory in the Second World War. And it was the unstoppable workers right here at Honeywell that helped our brave astronauts plant our American flag on the face of the moon, and we're getting ready to do it again.
Not
but
sure
we're
why.
really using the moon as a landing pad for its journey and our journey together to Mars. It's happening very soon. Now it is one more time for the men and women of Honeywell who are supplying the weapons, the armor, the sweat, and the skill in our war to defeat the new invisible enemy, a tough enemy, a smart enemy. But nobody's like us, and nobody's tough like us. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. The people of our country are warriors. With your help, we will vanquish the virus and build a future of greatness and glory. With American heart, American hands, American pride, and American soul. Thank you very much for the incredible job you do. Thank you to Honeywell.
Is he going to take questions?
To our senator, to our governor.
I couldn't tell if there were reporters in the audience or not.
Incredible job you do, and thank you to the people of Arizona. We will never forget. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, great. Hold on, let me silence him. Okay, so he's not even taking questions. All right, well, that was that then. So that was just a rally, essentially. He took questions earlier. If you want to see those questions, Fox was broadcasting them, and I did a live stream just a few minutes ago. So if you want to see those, you can see those. And I still have a lot to do. He's going to head home to the White House. He might do a helicopter moments when he lands. Either probably not at Andrews Air Force Base. Usually they just get on a helicopter and go right to the White House, and then he lumbers in. Sometimes he answers questions if he's in a good mood. Sometimes he just lumbers and waves as he goes by because he's exhausted tirelessly. But he did absolutely nothing the last 3 days. He was at Camp David, and then yesterday on a Monday after 2 days off, nothing on his public schedule. So, tirelessly. Okay, yeah, no, I had to shut the Stones song off. I don't like the Stones. I was always a Beatles guy, and I don't know if I don't like the Stones because I grew up as a Beatles fan. When I lived in Africa as a kid, I had like 2 records, the Beatles and Nana Muscuri. So, oh, you know what? I also had the Barbra Streisand Superman album, where she's sitting on the front, like crisscross-legged, and she's wearing the Superman shirt and nothing else. I think she's got it pulled down. Oh, yeah. To look that back, that's a weird childhood memory. Anyway, so I was a Beatles fan, and then I came back to Canada, and a buddy of mine was a big Rolling Stones fan, so we got into Rolling Stones versus Beatles. And I know some people like the Rolling Stones. This song has made me really despise the Rolling Stones, but what I do know, though, is that Mick and the gang have tried to get him to stop using it, and they've just refused. So as long as the campaign is paying the Stones per appearance when you play it at an event, as long as it's cataloged and it's paid for, which unlikely, but what are you going to do? So the Stones are not all bad in my opinion, although I don't like them. Plus, I went to Bible camp when I was a kid, and one of the songs that they complained about, because it was rock and roll's evil, was "Sympathy for the Devil." So, which I'd never heard before, but then I went home from camp and I listened to it, and I was like, "That's a really cool song." So thanks, Bible camp. Really helps me broaden my horizons. Okay. Well, you Green Room, you're welcome to love the Stones. I'm glad that you find that enjoyment. Music is what helps us feel, and we need feels. Okay, D. I didn't hear enough to recognize the song. Oh, it's "You Can't Always Get What You Want." He plays that at the end of every rally, and it completely non-ironically doesn't realize that you can't always get what you want, and you're watching Trump speak. Okay, and that's about it. I think, but if you vote, you might get what you want if you vote, if you live in a swing state. If you live outside of a swing state, like I always have, your vote doesn't count for president. In fact, even in swing states, your vote doesn't count for president because it's voted for. The president is voted upon by the Electoral College, and they are not even bound. I think it's a $1,500 fine in most states if they don't vote the way they're supposed to go, and those are called faithless electors. And the last time around, we had several faithless electors, both for Hillary and for the president. They didn't make the difference in the election, but it's a wacky system when literally 50 people in the country of 330 billion could change their mind at the last minute and vote a president out. And there's reasons that the Founding Fathers did that, but nobody actually, very few people know the real reasons, because it's like, oh, we want to control the cities and da-da-da. Back when the country was founded, there were very few cities. In fact, 96% of the population lived on farms, and that's way too much information for one day. Yeah, you do count, D. You better vote. When's the next broadcast? That's an excellent question, Rich, and I appreciate that. If he comes back and talks to reporters tonight and I notice, I'll broadcast that. Otherwise, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Right now, it's complete disarray. The White House is not letting us know in advance what's happening, so I just check C-SPAN, I watch the news throughout the day, and when I see something that I think you guys might enjoy, I put it out there. Hey, if you guys would like to... Oh, hey, I just made... I'm going to put my banner up because I made the banner. And hold on, I made a new banner for us. Well, for me, I mean, quite honestly. And I never put it up because we got so engrossed with everything. So let's see. There it is. Broken. President Trump not wearing mask at mask factory. Literally a wall of masks behind him. But I earlier in the day too, he was sitting at a what they call a round table, which is rectangular. And he was not wearing a mask then either. But so we might see pictures of him later walking around the factory wearing masks, because everybody else there is wearing masks. I don't know whether he did or not. Hi, Exotic. Exotic, we just live broadcasted the president's speech at an Arizona mask factory, hoping that something would come of it. It was just a rally. All he did was say great things about what he's done, and then people came up and praised him. So it was just another Coronapalooza. No new information that we learned here today. A couple of new things have happened today, and I'll go over them briefly. A gentleman who's a vaccine specialist who was working with the administration, but saying, hey, we better prepare for this thing and get ourselves some personal protective equipment for all the healthcare workers back in January. Well, he was kicked out, and they believes that he was kicked out in his whistleblower complaint because he spoke out against the hydroxychloroquine, which was the drug that President Trump was touting, which is the drug that had no evidence of actually having an effect on the coronavirus, which is a drug that the FDA has said, hey, let's not use that because it causes arrhythmia, which is heart palpitations, irregular rhythm in your heart, and can be deadly. So let's not do that drug that we don't know really has any effect because a French doctor did a study. Not that there's anything wrong with French doctors, but let's be honest. Okay, Green Room, enjoy your drink. Everybody else, we'll see you later on tonight. Exotic, welcome. Come back anytime. We'll be broadcasting later in the day. If you want to know when broadcasts are happening, just subscribe to me on YouTube. It's youtube.com/KevinlyFather, or you can follow me on Twitter at KevinlyFather. And that's about it for today. All right, I'm going to say goodbye, and then I'm going to pause, because that's what I've been told to do. Goodbye. Love you. Mean it. Pause.